There's a type of regret that hits different. No, it's not the regret of failing, not even the regret of making the wrong decision. It's a regret of not trying hard enough. It's a kind of regret that creeps in and settles down on your dreams like dust. This kind of regret doesn't shout, it lingers. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria. I'm 21 years old and I make videos documenting my personal experiences, and sometimes it look like vlogs or sit down videos. So for today, come with me as I tell you what I've learned so far in my 21 years of life about the regret of not trying hard enough. So for today, I'm gonna talk about failure, support as a gauge, and my personal story that inspires this video. For a long time, I interpreted obstacles as misdirections. I thought it was a sign from God to tell me, this is not meant for you, you should change. You should change what you're doing. There's something that should work for you. You know when people say something like, what's meant for me will find me, what's meant for me will not come past me. I used to think something like that. I used to think if something goes right for me, it should come easy. Doors should just open naturally for me. But that mindset cost me a lot. The truth is that life isn't supposed to be easy, and obstacles aren't signs to quit. They are proof that the thing that you want is worth fighting for. So right now we're going to paint the place where I received this revelation and the place that inspires this video. Before we start, let's talk about failure first. But we are really talking about the courage it takes begin again after failure. Because of recent events in my life, I had to take a step back and reflect on my concept of failure and my reaction to it. There's this quote that my father always says whenever we are going through a hard season. He usually says something like, Gloria, always remember this. Fail simply means first attempt to learning. In other words, there is nothing shameful about failing, it's part of learning. He said this so many times that I found myself thinking and going back to this quote whenever I encounter difficult situations. And I don't even remember how it got in my. Something about a parent saying something again and again become your own personal beliefs in the long run. Trying doesn't mean you are confident. It means that you are hopeful and willing to try. It means that you are curious. You are curious and want something enough to try despite the uncertainty. There's nothing embarrassing about starting small or failing big. In the book Dead End by Dabisa Moyo, the author explained that Africa's aid-dependent economy is a key problem stopping Africa's development. In the book, she argues that aid keeps African countries reliant on external support rather than encouraging economic independence. This made me reflect on my own reliance and dependence on my parents. By the way, my father has written a similar book called Less Aid and More Business for African Entrepreneurship. If you want to read this book, it's available on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. Sometimes the support and the protection we need growing up are the chain that we have to let go of in order to grow up and become our own person and individual. Let me give you an example. Think of a seatbelt in a car. Having a seatbelt on is the thing that protects you and the thing that keeps you safe. But when you want to get off of the car and go somewhere else, it's the thing that you have to let go of in order to get where you need to be. Let me give you an example for my day-to-day life. When I first started my channel, I shared my own work with friends and family for them to watch, share my content. The problem was that they will most likely subscribe without watching the videos, most likely because of the language barrier. When I first saw this, I was grateful and surprised for the amount of support I was getting, especially for something I started on a drop of a hat. But later on, I learned how harmful this could be to what I was building. Turn out that YouTube, TikTok, and other applications block your video from being seen by others if they think that the engagement you're getting is not genuine. If people are liking multiple videos or clicking but not watching, they'll most likely block your videos because they'll think you're sending people to watch something while people are not actually liking it. This is an example of how a support system can be detrimental to something. So I was hanging out with a friend and we started talking about life, school, and the topic of me going back to Congo came up. I shared my own fear and hesitations about going back to my country where I felt like I might not be useful to my family that was encountering some financial setbacks, as well as my fear of not going back to university. And that's when she told me something that changed my brain chemistry. She shared with me her personal story. She told me about her personal struggles and setbacks. And while listening, I'm starting to realize maybe I have never really worked hard on anything I really wanted, like ever. And then she said the thing that completely changed my brain chemistry, like I'm not even joking. She said, when an obstacles come my way, I immediately know, oh, this is a moment to make a plan. You might say, what's the big deal about this? That one line highlights a very big difference between her mindset and mine. I saw obstacles as signs for reevaluation and change, while she saw them as a natural part of the process. When she wants something to happen, obstacles or not, she's having it because that's how much she wants. And I was there complaining and being shocked and lamenting about my life. This made me gain so much respect from my friend. It was also a wake up call for me. As a final thought about what I've learned so far about regret, I honestly feel like regret is something you can't avoid. I think that it's natural as a human being to have some sort of regrets as you are growing up. I feel like you will never regret things that you have tried and failed at, but you will certainly regret things that you haven't tried or the thing that you could have tried. There will always be this, I wish I could, I wish I would have done this. So if you're in your 20s and you feel lost, good. You are supposed to feel like that. And just continue showing up in everything you want to do. Keep promises to yourself. When you say, I'm going to do this, do it. Even if it takes a long time, just do it. Every experience that you have about failure is wisdom. And there's nothing bad about having wisdom. Thank you for watching episode 2 of my adulting series. If you like this, hit that like button, comment below. Don't forget to check out the book Less Ed and More Business that will be linked in the description. See you next time.